Coming at you every Thursday night, bringing the best Texas music you've never heard. And if you want to follow along with everything that's going on in the booth right now, be sure you sign in to Twitter and find me at MeryKid, or follow along on Facebook. Email me merykid@gmail.com, or just hit me up on my website, merykid.com. We're in the booth with everybody from Local 782, everybody from Studio 1400. There's like 15 people in the booth right now, breaking all kinds of laws and rules, but I don't really care. I don't get paid. It's non-profit radio, so I'm just holding it down. We heard Faulkner from Let Us Swan, and the songs Pinwheel and Amazing Things from the band Day of the Woman, which is based out of Exponential's San Antonio print here in town. Now, guys from Local 782 are here to talk about Local Music Week, one of the coolest things that's happened in San Antonio's music scene in a long time. So, who came up with it? How did it get rolling? How did it get to this size? What is it right now?
All right, here's a quick version. Last year, the Media Justice League and some other organizations from around the country decided to do this thing called Local Media Month, April. We were asked as Local 782 to try and come up with an event, tentative title Local Music Day. One day was not enough, we thought, to do this all.
There's a lot of bands.
Yeah, and we didn't know how are we going to pull off an event in one day that says local music. So we decided to make it Local Music Week, and this is the second year.
That's how it came from. That.
Yeah, basically that was it. I think it was Stephanie Guerra. She was hanging out with George and I and Jaime from Let Us Swan, and Ernesto, Local 782, and manager for Pop Pistol, and we were just we just came up with I don't know who it was, but I think it was Jaime's like, why don't we do it the whole week? And all of us were like, yes, that would be amazing, and give us time to really celebrate local music, give justice or whatnot.
Talk about some of the players involved in this, venues and kind of contributing companies that just jumped at the chance. What did it become? What started from an idea has now become something that's got like so much music. You can check online in the flyer that you guys finally put up the schedule, and it's so ridiculous how many bands are playing shows that week. Korova is putting on a 3-stage 12-hour show on Saturday to end it all. I mean, it's just going to be ridiculous. Who's jumped on it? Who's involved? What has it grown into at this point?
The initial premise of Local Music Week was that we were gonna ask all the venues and all the promoters that we could get in contact with to just do what they do, and we were going to put like a banner over the whole thing. Like Local Music Week as an event is almost like a local music campaign to try and bring about awareness around the city from people that don't normally go out to shows, because we all see each other all the time, but there's a huge population here. Yeah, sometimes we see each other too often, and I know that where Nick Mery's going to be on Thursday night sometimes, so I might not show up.
Yeah, always on KRTU 91.7 FM, holding it down.
Yeah, so that was like the initial idea, and last year we had a really good response, but the people organizing it, there was only like 5 or 6 of us really doing a lot of the organizing, and this year we got a lot more people involved. We had a few meetings actually, where we were talking about the idea, and we after all of that, people hearing about it, what we were trying to do, we got plenty of good feedback, and we wound up getting the San Antonio Current as a media sponsor.
I kind of feel like it goes without saying that for those of us who in this room, who are pretty much like 90% of the people in here, this year is different for a lot of reasons for the local scene. The music scene is just really, like, bands are really pushing it. Like, people are really out there. Everyone's working really hard. And I think that Local Music Week this one is going to show that. It's very organized. It's very well put together. There's a lot of contributors. A lot of people are excited about it. And it seems like it could be one of the biggest things that's happened in the music scene in a while.
Wow, thanks, because that's like compliment for us, or, because it was just kind of like a little an idea or dream that we had that we thought would be really awesome. So I'm really thankful for the response, and that's exactly what we wanted, was for venues and promoters and bands to jump on board with us and like, come on, let's go, we're doing this. So we're glad how it turned out like that, and we want it to be like a cross-promotional event too, where everybody's working together, the venues, and we can hopefully start doing that in the future and improving how bands and venues, promoters work together.
Now, where can they go online to find the information for the shows?
The calendar, that's going to continuously be updated as we get more people just sending us their info where they got shows going on, because we really wanted to include everybody. All that information can be found on local782.org. We also run a Twitter account /local782, facebook.com /local782, all spelled out, but you could, if you look it up, you'll be able to find us out there.
And you can also, there's also groups now in San Antonio like satxmusic.com that are just completely dedicated to promoting this kind of stuff. So it seems like a great thing for everybody involved in the music scene. And I know, I looked over the calendar a few times, and there's a lot of bands that are playing more than one show. I mean, I saw multiple appearances by like Education, Dear Vibes. I know that the Great 85 is playing 5 shows. I mean, I'm in that band, so just by that I know. So it's going to be insanity. Are there a lot of bands that are in that same position where it's just sort of driving all over the city and trying to get to as many shows as possible?
Well, I think really that, like, to that extent, like, the idea is also...
It's kind of like San Antonio South by Southwest.
It's supposed to be, like, really focused on local music, because South by Southwest exists for a reason, and we wanted to do something that was still kind of also, we've had the idea inspired by Austin as well through their free week. So next year, like this year was kind of like introducing that idea for next year. So hopefully next year you'll see more bands playing even more, you know, like every band will be playing multiple shows, because if we can do something like that next year, I think that would be really cool. We're going to start organizing it a lot earlier though, because I think we did all of this in like 2 months.
It ends on the 29th and you start organizing on the 30th.
Yeah. That's we did a really good job though for 2 months, I think. Next year we'll start out like in December planning this.
Okay, well we're gonna get to another song from the band Lettuce One, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more about local music week here on KRTU 91.7 FM San Antonio. And if you have any questions for anybody in the booth, please call in 999-8313.